He's clip farming. What clip? Go on. What you got?
No. I was just trying to get like I want to know what Tommy Yennett's like as well.
So that was like working with him was bizarre. Like or getting to work with him was bizarre because I knew he was like at this point. Like it's kind of related to my job to know who's who and what's going on. Because like I work on the podcast, so I work on the Sidecast, which is like a Side Plus podcast, and then I basically help direct the What's Good podcast.
Yeah.
And like part of that is like they need to be able to turn to you and like fact check things, and whether that's typing or you just know about it. I feel like it's useful for me to watch a lot of YouTube, know who's who, know what's going on, vaguely watch a few of their videos, know what their most recent big thing was.
To a certain degree, you get paid for what you know as well.
Right? Exactly. And it's like, mate. At this point, I just get to watch YouTube, so I'm just watching YouTube anyway. But it serves me well because as well, people like the fact that they can turn around and go, "What was his last video?" And I go, "Yeah, he punched a duck." And so Tommy Innit, it was weird. Like I knew who he was. He came along. We got there. We ate some pizza. I was on down. I must admit, I was very stressed out. I was having some issue with cards. I've got 4 cameras, loads of lights, all that shit. I'm in charge of 4 cameras, like 5 different lights, like whole the sets lights up itself. There's all these different things that I have to take care to, and the audio. Like there's a producer who listens to the audio time, but I'll help him set that up as well. And like just the position of things anyway. But so we chilled out before, and I was stressed because something had gone wrong minorly on my end. And when I finally broke out of it, everyone had ate their pizza but him, and I just was like, Tommy, let me eat your pizza. And I hadn't talked to him the whole time he was there. But I was like, he went, of course, man, you can have my pizza, whatever. So then the podcast started, and the only.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just wanted the pizza because
I love this fella as well.
Mate, I've been stressed out.
Sold it.
I'd been stressed out the whole time, and all I wanted to do was eat. And I just looked at him and went, "You gonna eat that?" And so the next thing was like during the podcast,
it's so likeable.
Like me and my so there's a guy that I've started working with like on the last year, James, who we collab on a lot of shit. Like me and him are like co-directors essentially, and me and him found Tommy's memes to be very funny because we are immature little bitches. Yeah. And we found it so fun. Like some of the shit he was saying, like, and Simon and Randy are a lot more mature than we are and a lot more successful than adult males. So they didn't get the memes because they don't know, they're entrepreneurs. They don't have time to sit around watching random ass shit like that. But mate, I still find that shit. Like I love that shit. But afterwards he was like, oh yeah, you guys like get it. And like whatever, I'm gonna add you on Instagram, like just so in case I ever need to film something, I can like add you guys and whatever. And then James and him ended up like talking, and basically, we somehow ended up filming some of his videos. I'm not saying we're like it's not the same setup as the Sidemen. Yeah. I don't film for him full time or anything, but when we can and when it's like it works out, we will film for him. And like it's just fucking it's interesting in its own way because he's 17, right?
Yeah.
But he's so smart. Like he's like his head.
Yeah, I was gonna say like As much as I'm confused about the guy, it doesn't make sense how you can be that successful.
So he went.
It's almost like wait.
Mate, do you know the stats?
It just confused. Yes, I do. Like since the podcast with Logan Paul.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
So obviously, when I first heard him, I was like, I don't know you. I don't. To a certain degree, I don't care. But there's a part of me like he's grown so far, so big that it's just. He has to sink in, right?
Oh, mate.
That's how successful this guy. This guy is massive.
Oh, mate.
This guy is
so
massive.
Just for your audience who doesn't know him, he over lockdown, it was 100,000 subscribers to 10 million.
Really?
Yeah.
To 10 million.
From Minecraft?
From Minecraft, yeah.
Mainly.
So he was on something called the Dream SMP server.
Yeah.
And the Dream is like the big... I mean, I don't understand
Dream was
that.
doing the Among Us.
Yeah, and he's affiliated with Mr. Beast. There's a whole mechanism there that I don't quite... You're going for a big... right. But yeah, so that whole... like, mate, I don't get how the whole map mechanism works entirely. I don't watch too much. I like Minecraft. I have played Minecraft. Yeah, I think it's fucking sick. It's good fun, isn't it? Like, but by the time I beat the Ender Dragon within 3 days, I'm like, what am I doing now?
It's like it's going back to... we've come full circle. You just go into a forest, you build a house with a pool...
There we are. There's so much video. And to a point as well, you're like, I need to get back to reality for a bit. It was and mate, I'm just happy I've luckened upon it. I don't know how long that will continue, like working with him. Whenever I'm available, I'll fucking do it because it's just it's the same thing. It's just something different. It's fun, and again, it's interesting to see a 17-year-old who's that switched on.
Yeah, I
Because
can imagine.
it's like, because as well, you think about yourself at 17, you go, you dickhead, what are
Yeah,
you doing?
yeah.
What are you doing? How did you not realize that the world was in front of you
Yeah.
like this? And as well, like, he's just like, he has no insecurities. Like, to me, it seems like,
Well, yeah, it's almost like from the. So I've never watched his videos, but I've seen him on the Sidemen video now.
Yeah.
And heard him on the What's Good podcast.
did you see his video with KSI where KSI taught him to ride a bike? Mate, that's how mad he is,
I don't know
right?
if I have.
Because the only reason he collabs more than anyone else, to my mind, and this is my opinion.
Yeah.
This isn't like truth or anything, but he collabs with so many people because he genuinely doesn't give a shit, and he sends everyone messages going, "Want to be in a video with me?" Like no YouTuber I know, like they're all.
You almost sounded like him then as well.
Yes, I spent too much time around him. But he's
but that's a perfect example of like not giving a fuck.
yeah, mate.
Which is contagious. Like,
Mate, most people are scared, like in YouTube that I know, like really to send a collab to someone because they don't like, everyone's busy and they're all this
rejection.
level. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
like rejection. Like that's one thing that is the best thing to build out of anything is rejection tolerance. When
Yeah,
you're trying to
course.
get into anything, rejection tolerance is massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't give a shit, and he messaged Logan saying, "Bring me on your podcast, Logan." And then he messaged. That's how he got on the What's Good one.
That
He was
sounded
"Bring
like
me-"
him,
Yeah,
actually.
he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Bring me. What won't you bring me on your
he's
podcast?"
very witty.
And
he is.
What about the way he pronounces weed?
Hey Logan, do you want to smoke some weed?
He has a confidence that he's actually even Logan doesn't have. There's something about, I don't know what it is. Like,
Someone's injected him with what you get when the knowledge in your 20s about how much of a shit you should give about precisely what other people think. And he also kind of gets like, so look, we all go out, we all go have a good time, we get on the bevs, we do whatever. But sometimes when we're just
Bevs, I like that,
we sober or we're hungover and we go, why the fuck do I do this all the time? I really should I could lead such a productive life if I didn't do that. Someone's injected him with that knowledge. Like he just knows that some of this shit's unproductive, and he knows that he can retire by 30 if he just keeps going the way he is. And then at 30, retiring in the YouTube sense, I don't think is the same thing as what most people say. It's more like you have such a freedom that you can literally just make whatever the fuck you want all the time, and that's where he's going to get to. You can just do whatever. At this point, I'm trying to get there by 45. I'll be real.
Oh, mate, a lot can happen in a very short amount of time. I don't think you need to be 45 the way you're going at the minute anyway.
I'm going to be president, mate.
Like, well, there we, you never know, mate. You're willing.